Hi, Kelce.
Okay, thank you.
Last night, a scene unfolded at São Paulo's main international airport that even the world's biggest pop stars would struggle to match. Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs tight end, and one of the most recognizable faces in American football, walked into a sea of Brazilian fans, their energy palpable and their chants echoing through the arrival's terminal. The NFL had arrived in South America, and Kelce, fresh off a flight from the United States, was the main attraction. Kelce stepped into the terminal wearing a beige sweatshirt, a crossbody bag slung casually over his shoulder, and his signature white TK cap pulled snug over his brow. As he moved through the crowd, dozens of hands shot out for high fives and selfies. Security and local police scrambled to form a human wall around him, but the fans pressed closer, chanting his name with the kind of intensity usually reserved for soccer legends. The moment was electric, and Kelce's grin made it clear he was soaking it all in. This was more than just an NFL star's arrival. It was a signal that football, the American kind, had well and truly landed in Brazil. The Chiefs were set to kick off their season at Arena Corinthians, facing an AFC West rival in a game that was only the second NFL matchup ever held in South America. The league's global expansion was no longer a distant idea. It was happening, and fans in São Paulo were ready. But beneath the fanfare, Kelce and his teammates were grappling with a very real problem: travel chaos. On the latest episode of his podcast, New Heights, Kelce pulled back the curtain on what it's like to be a pro athlete shuttled halfway across the world to play a game that counts. "I know the stadium's 2 hours away from the hotel," he said, his tone mixing amusement and resignation. "That'll be a unique experience, driving to the game for 2 hours. The old college football way. We were dealt a hand, and we got to play it. It is what it is. It'll be rewarding if we go down there and find a way to win, knowing that this is such a unique schedule and unique experience. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited to go down to Brazil. The Chiefs are a team used to big moments and big crowds. They've played Super Bowls, they've traveled to London and Mexico City, and they've stared down the wildest fan bases in the NFL. But this trip to Brazil was something else. For one, the timing was brutal. The team's 12-hour flight down to São Paulo meant losing nearly an entire day of preparation, a luxury no NFL team wants to give up, especially ahead of a season opener. "This is the most unique I think it's been in terms of traveling to a game," Kelce explained on his podcast. "It's not like you're going to the other side of the world in terms of time zones and stuff. We're only going 2 time zones away, but we're traveling half a day, so it's interesting. Typically, you would go to London and time it up so you get in and you have a whole day in front of you. You can sleep on the plane or at least try and get some sleep." None of this seemed to faze Kelce, at least not outwardly. He described the challenge of adjusting his sleep schedule, knowing that every hour of rest would matter when it came time to line up on the field. His brother Jason, co-host and fellow NFL star, couldn't resist poking fun, suggesting Travis mimic Broncos quarterback Russell Wilson by jogging up and down the plane's aisle doing high knees. Travis laughed, admitting he'd probably just kill time playing Mario Kart on his Nintendo Switch too. And yet, beneath the jokes, there was a clear sense that this was more than just another game for the Chiefs. The international stage brings a different kind of adrenaline. The crowd's reactions, the newness of the environment, the knowledge that you're playing for fans who might be seeing you in person for the first time, it all combines to create an atmosphere unlike anything back home. "The international games are always a blast," Kelce said. "Getting to see how new fans react to big plays, how they show up to the game, it's special. If you've never been to a football game outside the United States, you might not realize just how different the vibe can be. In London or Mexico City, or now São Paulo, the crowds are a mix of die-hard NFL fans and locals who are just there for the spectacle. Every touchdown is met with wild celebration. Every big play is a chance for the fans to show just how much they've learned about this foreign sport. For the players, it's a reminder of the game's growing reach and their own celebrity. The Chiefs themselves leaned into the excitement, posting a video of Kelce and his teammates boarding their chartered plane, the caption reading, "Back on our world tour." It was a nod to the NFL's global ambitions, but also to the unique challenges that come with being the faces of an international event. As Kelce pointed out, managing rest and preparation in a foreign country while navigating the demands of the world's most-watched sports league is no small feat. But if anyone was built for this moment, it's Travis Kelce. Over the past few years, he has not only become one of the NFL's best tight ends, but also a pop culture icon. His relationship with global superstar Taylor Swift has brought him a new level of fame, and his off-the-field charisma has made him a fan favorite both in Kansas City and far beyond. Watching him wade through the airport crowd in São Paulo, it was clear that Kelce is comfortable on the world stage. As game day approached, the city buzzed with anticipation. São Paulo is a metropolis of over 20 million people, a place where soccer reigns supreme, but where American football is rapidly growing in popularity. The NFL has invested heavily in building its brand in Brazil, and the response has been overwhelming. Jerseys and caps bearing the Chiefs' red and gold colors were suddenly everywhere, and local media covered every move Kelce and his teammates made. For the Chiefs, the pressure was on. Not only did they have to perform on the field, but they were also ambassadors for the sport. For many in the crowd, this would be their first live NFL game, a chance to see the speed, the power, and the spectacle up close. The Chiefs knew that how they played, and how they interacted with fans, would shape perceptions of American football in Brazil for years to come. On the morning of the game, the team faced that daunting 2-hour drive to Arena Corinthians. The journey through São Paulo's sprawling cityscape, past skyscrapers and street art, and the constant hum of scooters and buses, was a far cry from their usual pregame routine. But as Kelce had said, it was a challenge they were ready to embrace. The team arrived at the stadium to find thousands of fans already waiting, their excitement building as kickoff approached. Inside the stadium, the atmosphere was electric. The crowd was a mix of expats, locals, and longtime NFL fans, all united by their love of the game and their curiosity about these American athletes. When Kelce took the field, the noise was deafening. Every catch, every block, every touchdown was met with cheers that felt as loud as any Arrowhead Stadium Sunday. For Kelce, the experience went beyond the scoreboard. He talked after the game about the thrill of connecting with fans in a new country, about the pride he felt representing his team and his sport on a global stage. The Chiefs' trip to Brazil wasn't just about winning a football game. It was about building bridges, inspiring new generations of fans, and proving that the NFL's appeal truly knows no borders. As the team prepared to board their flight home, Kelce reflected on the whirlwind of the past few days. The travel, the chaos, the fatigue, it had all been worth it. The Chiefs had not only opened their season with a win, but they had also opened a new chapter in the NFL's global story. And as the plane took off into the night sky, bound for Kansas City, it was clear that for Travis Kelce and the Chiefs, the journey was only just beginning. The world is watching, and if last night in São Paulo was any indication, they like what they see.